Please share with me your first name, last name, where you're located, and the name of your business and or other things that you do.
Yes, so my name is Becca Shaw. So I am located in Canada right now, but I'm originally from England, which is why my accent's so strange. I do everything holistic and divination, like card reading and stuff like that. I do holistic stuff like massage and crystal healing, reflexology, ear candling, all of those good things. And then I also do something called Akashic Records, which is the way that I do it like a coaching therapy type thing, where I help you understand root causes or just life in general or soul missions if we're getting really deep and spiritual. And I literally my whole thing is helping people find that inner strength, inner healing, realizing that they have that power to shape their reality, to shape their lives, to shape their healing. And my whole job is to empower them and give them the tools to be able to do the things for themselves.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing. And I will say this might be one of the first times that I've had a guest on here that has a background such as yours. So I have questions, and I truly would love to. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, since birth. Or if we're going to go really spiritual, it's my soul. It's for all lifetimes.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I've always been that weird child, right? I was that magical child at the end of the garden looking for fairies. Like that was just me. And then it was actually my mom that got me into massage. She was watching someone having their foot massaged on like one of those
Mhm.
TV shows, and she said, "Oh, just touch my foot there and follow along with the TV." And then she bought me books and stuff, and then she got my tarot decks for me and the books on tarot, and then I went into like oracle cards and pendulums. And yeah, so I've always done all this stuff. I've always had an interest, and I'm always learning. I'm still learning now. Like I will keep learning forever. And yeah, there's always something new to expand into and to enjoy about it. There's no limits, right?
Yes, yes. And so when did you decide that you would make this into a career, and the career which focusing on so many other individuals trying to help guide them to their reality?
Well, funnily enough, because my mom always told everybody ever since I was a child that this is what I was going to do. I was going to be the healer. I was going to do all this stuff. Wanted to rebel, so I didn't. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I refuse, and I went traveling, and I did anything but. I mean, I would do all these things for friends and family, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it for a career. And then I was in Switzerland, and I came back, and I thought, well, you're meant to do what you love, right? You're meant to do things that come naturally, things that um, are like a gift for your soul or whatever, and that's how you progress. That's how you enjoy your life. So I said okay, and I actually then got qualified at 19 with aromatherapy and just continued to get my qualifications because obviously I knew all the things, but I wasn't qualified. I wasn't able to actually get insurance and to actually practice on people. So yeah, from 19 years old onwards, I started literally collecting qualifications in all the things that I already did, and then collecting new things, expanding and everything. And that's when I kind of discovered the Akashic Records as well. I kept hearing about it and I didn't really want to do it for various different reasons. And then it wasn't until 2019 that I actually started qualifying in that as well. So, yeah.
Tell
Mhm.
me about your vision. What was that like?
Oh, so my vision is quite big. It's very much just it's big, but it's simple in very different terms. So I would love for everybody to understand that they have so much power, like their soul or their essence or whatever it is that people want to use as the terms of them.
Yes.
That's so much power. Like even just like if you wanted to just say like their mind
Mhm.
has so much that can just change so much. Like you can change your health, you can change your money and your career. You can change relationships. You can change how you see yourself.
Yeah.
It's all within you, and you could have the best, doctors or therapists or support system around you, but if you don't have even just 1% of your will in there,
Yeah.
nothing's going to change. And likewise, if you have nothing around you, no support system, no access to anything to heal you, but you have this huge drive and this huge like power within you and this knowing that you can change it, then you can change your entire world. And
Yeah.
so this is my vision, to actually show people that they have access to this guidance and this healing for themselves. And even when I have clients, especially like Akashic Records, because it's easy to go from that,
Yes.
it's if I have repeat clients with that, I just say, well, you know that you can do this for yourself, right? And I really encourage them to go out and access them for themselves, because they have this whole library of information at their fingertips, and they can go there anytime. They can sort out all of these different problems, all these different answers that they need. They can do everything in there, and they have that access. So yeah, my vision's this, like, that everybody realizes their power.
Yes. And that's actually in my thought process as you explain it to me, it's that soul searching and really
Yeah.
truly finding what it is in the depth of you, what you truly desire, and bringing that out. And I can also share too that it often gets pushed down by the world, and so there is that need to go deep down in there to be like, okay, where is this at? I know I love what I'm doing, but how do you do it, and what does that look like? What does a different life look like, you know? So when you're using the coaching process and the Akashic records, what tell me what that process is like.
So it's not meditation, it's not hypnosis, it's kind of somewhere in between. So usually people will have their eyes closed and things, but if there's a knock at the door, or they need to go and tend to their child, or they need to go to the bathroom or something, they can absolutely open their eyes anytime, get up, move around, go sort out anything, and come back, and we're still within the records. Now, the records are like your very own energetic library. They hold everything that you've ever done and ever could do. And that includes past lives and future selves as well. And so it's just this vast depository of you, all the good, all the bad, everything's there. And so what most Akashic Records people do is they like do like a psychic medium kind of channeling thing,
Mhm.
and they will just say, okay, I'm in your records, this is what I see, this is what you need to do. And in my experience, when I've done it like that, people say, okay, thank you, and then they sit at home waiting for it to happen for them, right?
Yeah.
But the way that I do it, the way that my teacher taught me, is that it's like a coaching thing. So like a life coaching or a talking therapy or something like that, where I take my clients into their records. And again, this is so that they understand that they can have that access for themselves. They don't need somebody like myself. They can go
Mhm.
in for themselves as well. And we go into the record. So I guide them into there. And my job is to help them to visualize, help them to understand, help them to see and smell and hear everything that's happening.
Okay.
And then we talk to their guides, who are like the librarians. They can help answer any questions. So they'll either show or tell about a past life or an event in this life, perhaps, that has created some feelings about self-worth, or that have money problem issues with you, or whatever that is. And within that single session, that single trip, that single journey there, you can discover why you have that problem. You can discover what the lessons were, what you needed to learn, or if you already learnt them, which is a common thing. Your soul just kind of holds on to things as a security blanket, but it doesn't need to. And then again, in that same session, we can release if you're ready to release. We can do
Mhm.
any healing that might need to happen from that. And then that's done. And that literally trickles down. So some people it's instant, it's while we're still in the session. Other people it's later on that day. maybe a day or two afterwards. I think the most has been like a few weeks, and then it's done, and people really see a difference. So this is literally how we go in and we sort out everything within that one journey there, unless very, very rarely there's something you have to do in the physical
Yeah.
before it can happen. But I mean, usually it's you're going up there, and whatever it is that you're asking, you've had that inkling to go in there and ask because you're now ready. Like they've whispered to you, you're ready to come in and sort that out now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this done in person or it can be done like what we're doing right now?
Yeah, it's absolutely exactly the same whether we're in person or online. I've tried it out on like the same clients a couple of times that were able to do it in person and online, and it was no different. Absolutely the same because you can get up, because you can open your eyes, because you can do all this stuff, and it's not hypnosis. You're totally safe. So if there was a problem with the internet or something happened, like a power cut or something, they're not just going to be left there if we're doing it online. And I just close it from my end anyway. So I open the records and I close them
Okay.
for the client. And then so there's no problem if anything happens online. And it's, yeah, absolutely the same. The only thing that I've struggled with at the beginning was if there was something emotional or something and they were okay with me like holding their hand or giving them a hug or something in person. I can't do that online. But that's the only problem that I have encountered so far with that.
Wow. And I can imagine, watching and feeling somebody become emotional at a
Mhm.
distance. You're just like, "Oh no." Um, with that said, then what who is your ideal person? As far as how you're getting your clients and those that you're coaching, do they just find you on the internet, or how do you get referrals?
So my usual referrals with all of my modalities are usually by word of mouth. I am
Okay.
online as well, but the majority of people are word of mouth, people that have already experienced whatever I offer, and then they say to their friends, "Oh, I have someone for you." So that's usually the way that people find me, is just through people that, because especially with the Akashic Records, no one actually necessarily actively goes out to find an Akashic
Yeah.
Records practitioner because they don't know what it is. So especially with that one, I'll have people talking to a friend or a family member and say, "Oh, that sounds like something that Becca can help you with," and like she'll explain it to you because I don't know what I'm talking
Yes,
about, kind of
yes.
thing. And then they have like a little chat with me. And yeah, and you don't need to believe in anything. It's not religious or anything. I had that question actually yesterday. I've had atheists and I've had super spiritual people, so, and everyone in between, right? So it doesn't really matter what you believe because it's your essence. We're going into you. So
Okay.
I believe probably that the atheists are thinking it's more we're going into their subconscious mind
Yes.
and sorting out stuff that they already know, and the things that they're seeing, they're like imagining and making up,
Yeah.
and it's like a psychological thing for them.
Mhm.
Whereas the super spiritual people, they will actually believe that they're going into this other, level, this other realm, and that they're experiencing, they're talking to these guides, their ancestors, their guidance team, angels. I mean, the religious figures even come in for some people as well, if they happen to be religious, even if they're not. Actually, we have had some people that are saying, "Well, I'm not Christian," and there's like, an archangel coming in and, all this kind of stuff. So
Oh,
it's just you, it's just your essence. So whatever it is that you're comfortable with, that seems to show up when we go in. So they're all very, very similar. But I
mhm.
think the way that someone reacts to them or experiences them for themselves is very different depending on how they personally perceive the world and perceive other worlds.
Of course, I have all these questions, but I would like to know, what's your why?
I don't know if I kind of already covered that really. My why is so that people can understand for themselves. My sort of mission, as it were, is to get as many people connected to themselves in whatever way that looks like. So if that's through My holistic therapy is more so, then great. That they're also going to be learning whatever modalities I do. I try to educate them on whatever level they are at. So if they need something a bit more scientific, I can help them with that. And if they need something a bit more spiritual, I can go that way as well. And I can go as deep or as surface level as they need. So my why is because that's my soul, that's my calling, that's my mission, has always been to help people, to help them understand themselves. And my enjoyment of discovering new things, like with the records, for example, I wouldn't know half the things that I know because my records don't hold those things. I haven't experienced those lives. I haven't had those kind of soul contracts. I haven't had those missions or those hang-ups or those blocks. But because I'm working with people within their records, because I go in there with them, I'm seeing and experiencing and chatting to different people's guides and things, and I'm learning so much. So my why is self-discovery for myself as well as my clients and just people that are interested.
Thank you for being here today. I'm really happy that you tuned in to Vision Pros Live. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions as these episodes continue to move forward. This is going to get more and more fun. We'll have more and more engagement as well. We'll invite people to participate in the show. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. Have an excellent time building out your vision and becoming a Vision Pro yourself.